What's up, movie lovers? I'm Mike, and this is Gotta Love Them Movies. Ghostbusters is coming out in theaters this summer. You guys, this is one of the most exciting, anticipated films for me this year. I am a massive Ghostbusters fan. I always have been. I probably always will be. It's fun, it's exciting, and this trailer brings it. In fact, if you've watched this trailer on Facebook, you will know that they had the little tag, be sure to put your proton pack on. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. We're all ready to go. There's a few things that I love about this trailer. I love that they're bringing callbacks to the original film, but it still gets to be its own thing, you know? Melissa McCarthy doesn't necessarily seem to be her typical Melissa McCarthy self. I'm sure they're gonna throw in a lot of those typical Melissa McCarthy jokes, but it seems a little tamed down. Even though it is directed by Paul Feig, you know, director of Bridesmaids, director of Spy, director of The Heat, and now director of Ghostbusters, I still think it's gonna be its own thing. It's not gonna kind of have that overall Melissa McCarthy vehicle feeling to it. Leslie Jones, Kate McKinnon, Kristen Wiig, I'm really excited for them to be in this film. Yes, it's an all-female cast, but it's new, it's fresh. It doesn't feel like, based on the trailer, it doesn't feel like it's gonna be that same old kind of it's just the same thing, but no, it's with female cast. No, guys, it's its own thing. If you look at the character, the way that the characters are built in the trailer, they're all kind of combinations from the previous characters. So say for instance, Kate McKinnon's character, she's kind of a combination between Ray Stantz and Egon. Kristen Wiig is also kind of a combination from Egon and more of a Bill Murray. Whereas Melissa McCarthy, her character is kind of a little bit more full-on Bill Murray, but tamed back with a little bit more of the Dan Aykroyd, Ray Stantz character built in. And of course, it's hard not to compare the black Ernie Hudson to the black Leslie Jones and say, hey, we've got the black Ghostbuster again. I think that's incredibly unfair to put in those terms, but it still has that same dynamic of the outsider coming to the insider group is what it appears to be. She doesn't really look like a scientist. Well, obviously she's an MTA worker, so. But I like the callbacks. You can in part of the trailer, she's standing on the tracks and she has the flashlight and she's looking at all the ghosts coming towards her. It's very similar to in Ghostbusters 2 when Ernie Hudson was almost run over by the train, the ghost train down on the tracks. So I kind of like how they have a lot of these parallels going on, which is very nice. But again, like I said, it's its own thing. There's a line said by Kristen Wiig where she said something to the effect of, there's someone in New York who is building a machine to control all of the ghosts or something along those lines. I believe that this is a brief introduction or an insight into our villains. Our villain, played by Neil Casey. For the longest time, we knew that Neil Casey was going to be in the movie. We didn't exactly know what his character was going to be doing or any of his motivations, but now we have a teeny tiny little insight. So that's very interesting and exciting. Some of the things that I'm not incredibly sold on, first and foremost, is this a reboot or is this a sequel? The studio has officially come out and said that this is going to be a sequel. We also know that we're getting a lot of the cameos from Ernie Hudson, Bill Murray, and Dan Aykroyd, but they're not reprising their roles. So how's that going to work? Is it a reboot? Is it a sequel? Is it just kind of hey, it's all blended in, mixed in together? I'm not exactly sure how that works. I'm very confused because in the trailer, again, we get to see Leslie Jones gets a hearse, which eventually becomes the Ectomobile, Ecto-1, as represented by Ernie Hudson and it's glorious. So, like I said, I'm really excited for this film. Yeah, I think there's gonna be a few cheesy moments where you're just kind of like, oh, like, oh, you're kind of playing this just because it's a Ghostbusters movie. But at the same time, we're gonna get some of those moments where it's like, oh, you're doing this because it's a Ghostbusters movie. So it's a double-edged sword, guys. It's Ghostbusters. Just go and have fun with it. It's not gonna be like anything mind-blowing, but I definitely think it's gonna be fun. The music in the film, in the trailer, is updated so that it's still like that and it's fun and exciting, but it has like a fresh feel to it. And at the very beginning, just that solo grand piano, it was beautiful. It was a different feel that we haven't had before. I really liked it. So guys, what did you think of the new Ghostbusters trailer? I want to know in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter at GLT Movies. If you want to read my movie blog every Friday, it comes out every Friday. Every Friday. You can find the details in the description below. And if you liked this video, click like. If you really like this video, click subscribe. If you really, really like this video, share it, because that's how we get to be friends in the entire world. Guys, let's bring the entire world together, one subscription at a time. Anyway, movie lovers, I'm out of here.